Social media is a playground. It's a place we go to with the little amount of free time allotted to us every day just to socialize. The place that feels like it was made just for us to enjoy, but is really at the benefit of those who designed it in the first place. It's a wave of stimulation in a very small window, but once it's over, you're left with the feeling that a lot more could be done. And where monitoring is really, really high. But hey, at least it's fun.
Time I do, it makes me okay in the moments where my good times start to fade. I will not love you tonight.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
During the early 2000s and 2010s, we generally labeled the most popular social platforms as social networks. But at the turn of the decade, there came a shift in language from social networks to social media. This shift right here signifies not just a change in language, but reflects the shift in the purpose of social media apps as a whole, a purpose we are all too familiar with today. And while we may drone on and on about how social media is ruining society and is toxic and counterproductive to good discourse, we still use all of them. And in order to go beyond bashing social media, we first have to understand how each app is in practice, so that we may begin to imagine what they should be instead. Now, we all know that the main purpose on the market of social media apps is to collect your data and sell it to advertisers.
Hey man, you got my data?
Got your data right here, buddy.
This is just a bunch of sticky notes.
Social media is this collection of pens from my nasty ass desk. Sure, they all serve the same primary function, but they have to dress themselves with different features and different uses and functions in order for us to have a reason to use all of them. Now, back in the day, social networks gave people the very basic tools to allow people to connect digitally, to help organize events, keep in touch with family, friends, maintain, a network. But once these networks became streamlined and then eventually turned into apps, alongside the development of new ones, the whole network aspect was dropped in favor of media. So what does this shift mean? They're telling you straight to your face. It's about entertainment now, not connecting. It turns out it's a lot more profitable to keep people routinely entertained on your app than it is to provide a free platform for people to connect and possibly improve their lives. But each app keeps you entertained in a different way. So understanding how each app does this makes it clear that every app is cringe, not just TikTok. Speaking of, TikTok is a blender. It does all the mixing for you, where all you need to use is a thumb. You take any piece of media or soundbite, pair with another piece of media or soundbite, mix it all together and stitch it together with a song, a skit, a filter, a dance, whatever you want. Hit, and boom, you got a TikTok. And this is why it's so addicting to keep scrolling and refreshing on TikTok. It's akin to pulling a lever on a switch and hoping to get something good. And it's with TikTok that it becomes very clear that social media is about making media appeal to you, while making the social aspect an expendable feature. A very far cry from building a social network. Now, TikTok, as the newest of the main platforms, does the most effective job at peddling entertainment to you through streamlined features, while keeping the social aspect as supplementary to the circulation of its media. Through features such as stitches, sounds, easy-to-use filters, and effects, it's possible to make stuff like this.
Happy Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is all Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. Because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend.
Let her go. Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation term.
Whoa, how is this app free? Wow.
Yes, this kind of stuff does allow for creative communication, but that communication only goes as far to ensure the production of more content. Yes, you can reply to comments, you can like things, you can have friends or followers, but the engagement is only there to keep you on the app. It's far from being a source of networking where you can connect with others and materialize things outside of the app. And even though TikTok probably pumps out more cringe per day than anything else, it's at least more upfront about what it really is, unlike another app which has struggled with its identity for years now. YouTube is a movie theater. You collect some snacks, watch a bunch of ads, and sit down for 2 hours at a time and just sit there immersed in the screen. Yes, I am aware that watching a movie on your phone is not the same as watching it on the big screen, alright?
Sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone.
But what I am saying is by watching a YouTube video, you are getting a personalized, engrossing watching experience that you want from a movie theater. Just on your device, smaller, and without all the other people around you. Now, when we go to the movies, you go to watch your favorite actors and directors put together something you are hoping to like. When you go to YouTube, you are watching something put together by your favorite channels and personalities and creators that you are hoping to like. If TikTok is the quick fix of a media high, YouTube is the establishment place to go see a production. While TikTok started out as a rebrand with limited but effective social features, YouTube started out as a very social site that eventually stripped away all the social aspects to focus on the media. The interactivity of video responses, groups, friends, and customizable channel pages were all dropped in favor of the media optimization of the algorithm. And the last attempt to keep YouTube a social site was with Google+, but that went as far as this joke did. Now YouTube has stripped away all the social aspects to just focus on the entertainment and watching videos. Sometimes. It's a stage show movie theater type place where you come to see a nice fleshed out personality, nice lighting, smooth audio, and 4K goodness. Gone are the days where you'd huddle around the family computer to find some funny videos to watch with your friends.
Don't get too close now, Pop.
Twitter is a bulletin board, where you go to see news and announcements from the biggest people or organizations in the most truncated way possible. Oh, and a rando will get on there every now and then with something absolutely absurd. It's best enjoyed by mindlessly staring and not engaging. I mean, you could try, but you're probably not going to have a good time. People have likened Twitter to reading graffiti on a bathroom stall from random people, but much of the appeal from Twitter is seeing the mix of famous and anonymous people sharing bombastic takes and just overall weird engagements. And thus is the true purpose of Twitter, to collect your data while also taking any comment or tweet you make and making it a commodifiable item in and of itself. What started out as just a way for Jack Dorsey to send group messages has now become a media machine, primed for Elon Musk. And once companies realized that hashtags could basically be a direct link to advertisements and promotions, it was all over for any networking. With restricted character use, hashtags, retweets, and now the implementation of NFTs, it's apparent that all networking has gone in favor of just how much media can we make. Snapchat is a bathroom mirror where you can see yourself, get all cute, add some details, add some doodles, and it serves as a meeting place for your close friends or your drug dealers. And chances are whatever you put here won't be here the next day. Now, Snapchat was the choice app of communication when I was in high school, and it always left me with a sense of distance from my peers because I didn't have it. But now, luckily, I can see the value of Snapchat and its ability to make even the most mundane things absolutely cringe. See, even though I didn't have the app, whenever I heard friends talking, saying stuff like, "Did you see so-and-so's story?" it was usually never good. Since the app's inception, it has quickly shifted from merely being person-to-person photo sharing to having a bajillion features and filters to make it look hot and funny, and to keep you constantly engaged with things like stories, snap scores, and streaks. Making the mirror you create an ephemeral piece of media, and the Discovery tab is literally just ads. Reddit is a classroom where all the smartest, wittiest, helpful kids get shiny objects for participating and giving the best answers, and where currency plays a much bigger role than meritocracy than the system would like you to think.
Excuse me, no talking in class, please.
Now, Reddit is advertised as a place where you can further your interest with a group of other people, but it's really just a place for everyone to showboat about how smart they are, how artistic or talented, how terrible things are. Now, I've used Reddit before to help bring awareness to this channel, and I've seen a bunch of other really cool small channels as well. But those good experiences are often mixed with too much... Instagram is a camera that you're supposed to carry around with you to capture snapshots of life, and maybe put in a gallery. It's supposed to come across as authentic, if albeit short on context. And of course, just like all the other apps, features came in to make it more media-ish. Stories, reels, it's all there to keep you engaged and scrolling and stalking your friends, not networking. The woman is wild, whoa! Twitch is a relationship, or at least it serves all the same basic brain pings as one. All the biggest streamers can be your friends if you just give them your credit card number and like a lifetime allowance. Now, Twitch does have legitimate utility as a streaming platform, but its main draw comes in being like a never-ending stream of entertainment and a sort of red lights district, except where the personality is more coveted than the sexy, sometimes. And of course, with features like chats, emotes, donations, it serves as a constant stream of stimulation to the brain. Look, I get it, being a streamer is exhausting work. It's really, really hard. And so are like all their fans. Whether you're looking for gameplay tips, debates, advice, or just, company, you'll find it endlessly streaming on Twitch. But if you're looking to build a meaningful network to help your future revolution, good luck. Facebook is a big family reunion, because it's really just there for the older adults. It's awkward for everyone else, and the older adults can use it as an excuse to show off their food, their lifestyles, their kids, and eventually debate about politics. And this is because Facebook was really the first big social media site. The first big social media site to get a movie adaptation. And even though Facebook is still big today, it's stuck in a weird place because it can't really take out too many of the older features, or else they'll risk losing anyone north of Generation Z. But at the same time, it has to keep up with the other media platforms. So they've introduced some awesome new features like ads and Facebook Live. Things that people have used to their fullest potential with things like public live killings and Russian ads. Yeah. Now at this point in the video, you've probably noticed how repetitive it's been. I list an app's features and come to the conclusion that it exists to keep you hooked. It's this dynamic which underscores the overarching contradiction. We know that social media has negative effects on our mental health and our social interactions, but we still use it because social media is the primary way we get our validation and communicate with our peers. Now you may be thinking, Albert, I don't go on social media and post to be entertaining or seek validation. I post to be authentic. I post stories of me crying. I post my struggle with depression. I do body positivity, encouragement, education, religion. I post to be real, not entertaining. Except it's all entertainment. Anything that you post that scratches an itch in the human psyche is entertainment, regardless of whether you intended it to be or not. In this is the true impact of social media. Social media doesn't just keep its users engaged with media constantly. It turns its users into a piece of media. Every post, every video, every story, every comment you make confirms to tech companies that you are a contributing, formable piece of media. Everyone who has an account is one. Yes, even you, Chunky Monkey 69, who has 0 followers, 0 posts, no profile pic, no comments, and only uses the app to follow your friends. Even you are a piece of media. In the eyes of every major social platform, everything you post, and ultimately you, are less so a reflection of yourself or any sort of network you may be a part of, and instead a living, breathing integration into their endless zoo of data and media, fundamentally altering what it means to be human by adding an extra layer, which requires us not to just be someone in person, but also how we exist online. And this applies to everyone. You don't have to have social media or have a presence online. You could be Hickory Dickory Booney who just sits on his front porch drinking whiskey. All it takes is one bozo driving by in his Prius. Take footage of you and boom, you're an internet sensation.
I've never been on live television before.
Now you may be thinking, Albert, how do you know this? It's in the Bible, duh, it's in history. People becoming commodities is nothing new. Women, children, subjects of the king. And it continues today with problematic things like, funny black people compilation or funny hood videos. I mean, I enjoy watching them, but come on, let's be honest, it's like packaging, humanity. And the idea of adding another layer to the human experience is nothing new either. Having a nationality wasn't a globally common thing until like World War I. Having a race wasn't a thing until Linnaeus started his really dumb skull tier list. Being gay or straight wasn't a thing until your mom got. And now with the digital age, being human also means being a piece of media. It's inescapable. It's almost impossible to accrue social capital today without having social media or some sort of online presence. Even famous people like Selena Gomez, who have managed to be off the internet for 4 years, still have a proxy to maintain an account for them, which is also why it's so hard to separate art from the artist, or accurately humanize YouTubers and streamers and online performers. As much as we try to assert their online presence or personalities as a character separate from the individual, they are intrinsically tied. Sure, how someone acts online probably isn't how they act in person, but it's still a part of that person to some extent. So it begs the question, if being human has been redefined to include being a piece of media, how do we redignify what it means to be human? Truthfully, I don't know. So it begs the next question, what should social media be instead? So that begs the next question, what's your agenda? For me, it's for you to hit that like and subscribe button. For me, I think social media should be a tool. See, a tool is something that you have with you, that you use when you need it, but it's not something you expect to use at every waking moment of your life. Likewise, a social media tool should be something that helps you orient yourself amongst your peers and where you fit in the bigger picture. But then again, if social media worked like a tool, we wouldn't use it to the extent that companies want us to. Imagine for a moment an app that didn't have hashtags or an algorithm and didn't posit itself on shoving as much content in your face as possible. Instead, you can only comment or post or share it as part of a group network where your account is always tied to some group page, where you can make as many group pages as you want with whatever purpose you collectively decide. No ads, no distractions, no in-app purchases or currency. Yeah, I know, it's never gonna happen. The closest modern day app to this ideal is Discord. But even Discord is kind of fragmented with different channel pages and not really any way for you to creatively express your shared interests in a way that allows these ideas to flow together. Which is also why Discord was so popular during the pandemic. It served that crucial social need that was lost in translation from the transition from social network to social media. Social media should be the place to connect with your friends when you can't be together in person, not the place to find your friends. So how do we fix this? How do we begin to change this? Well, we can first start off by hitting that like and subscribe button, share it with a friend, someone you find hot, whoever. Just get this video clicks. Yeah guys, thanks.